One, two, three, go! Hello, welcome everybody. Welcome back to the Let's Make Zelda for the NES on 3D. This is Carlos, and this is my channel, where for the last 3 months now, it's been 3 months now, I've been working on replicating the original NES game, the one you can see back here on the screen. Well, that game was released in 1986, so next year is going to be 40 years that that game came out. It's one of the best games ever. One of my favorite games by far, probably top 3 in my, of all times, right? And as such, I've been trying to replicate that game in 3D, right? To remake this game as much as I can, as close as I can, as accurately as I can. And for those who have seen this stream before, this playlist before, well, you might be kind of aware of how far I'm along in the project. So I've been working for 3 months since June, like I said. And in those 3 months, I've been working on the map. So as you can see, the map itself, the outside world, the overworld, is pretty much done. It's complete. This took a while. It was fun, replicating every bush, every mountain, every dungeon, every armas. But now it's all there. It's all there, and Link can actually go around, roam around, interact with the map and the world, right? And then the next step for me was making the enemies. And as you can see in here on the desert area, we have pretty much all the enemies that live in the outside world. You have all the Lionels, you have a genie, which is the ghost in there. You can see armas here, the moblins. And then you have here the Tektites, which is this spider kind of looking enemy. And then we have the Octoroks, the red ones, the blue ones. And then we have the Levers, which is these guys that go underground, they move around and they pop up again and they attack you. And then we have these guys here that look like a helicopter. I'm just going to push play so you can see them in action while I'm explaining what's happening here. So yeah, by doing that, the monsters will come to life. Start moving around, and as you see, they have pretty much the behavior that they have in the original game. Simple AI. It's that's a good thing about this game being, this old, is that the enemies are not all that smart, right? So replicating their AI, their move patterns, their attack patterns was not too difficult, right? And as you can see, some of them shoot stones, some of them shoot arrows, some of them shoot the sword beams like the Lionels themselves, and some others they just roam around. If you touch them, they hurt you, and that's it. So those enemies are there. There's a nice waterfall right over here, and this is where you're gonna get the white sword. So for those who are familiar with this game, you know that okay, so this is dungeon number 5, that you have 9 dungeons hidden across the land. And you have to go around to the first 8 dungeons, collect the Triforce piece. Each dungeon has a Triforce piece. And then you need to have all the 8 Triforce pieces so you can actually go on to the 9th and final dungeon where Ganon is hiding. And for example, what I've done now, it's because I'm working on the outside world first. I'm working on the outside world. I'm working on link mechanics, enemy mechanics, combat mechanics. The next thing I'm going to be doing after I finish what I'm doing with the UI and the inventory and the items, I'm going to start making the shops, right? The caves, the contents of the caves where Link kind of goes in to purchase items or to find hidden treasures and so on and so forth. So that's going to be my next move. For now, what I've done, it's I went around and placed the items that you would find on each dungeon outside, because dungeons are not done yet, and the dungeons themselves are going to be done after I finish the outside world, after all this is done, right? And Link is this game is completely functional from the outside world perspective. Then my next big step is going to be now go one by one and replicate and do all the dungeons. So my final ultimate goal, maybe sometime next year, is going to be to have this game, the first quest, done completely, right? So it's going to be a playable game, completely playable game with the same locations, the same enemies, the same treasures, the same everything. Yeah, it's a lot of work because this is not my full-time job. I'm a software engineer for a medical company, so it's not exactly what I do during the day, but this is a hobby of mine. I'm a gamer, I'm a passionate, gamer player, and also I like to develop games. So for now, The thing I'm working at the moment, I'm gonna go back to where Link is, which Link right now is here at the starting area. So we just need to get there in one piece. Yep. So as you can see here, I have all the characters that live in the outside and the inside world, because you can see Zelda. And you can see Zelda in 3 different colors because she can exist in 3 different colors, and it depends on the tunic that Link is wearing in the original game. If you finish the game with the green tunic, like the first tunic, if you don't get any Ring of Power, not the Game of Thrones one, not the Lord of the Rings one, but the Rings of Power of this game, the blue ring and the red ring, then Zelda is going to be wearing a green tunic. If you have the blue ring, Zelda is going to be wearing the blue tunic, and the red tunic similarly. So Zelda is very, I don't know, she follows the fashion that Link has at the point. So it's interesting. So I decided to replicate that too. Same with this merchant, right? It's just those rules that existed in the NES, right? That the colors, your memory was limited. You know, the palettes were limited in colors. So if Link was using the green palette, the green tunic palette, then that means that some other NPCs would have to wear that similar color. And you see it like that. Like, obviously, I don't have those restrictions in memory-wise and things like that in a modern engine. But still, out of love and devotion to this amazing game, I just want to make it as close as possible, even in the little details. And this thing that you might be worrying about, this thing is the whirlwind. It's a cyclone that Link summons by playing the recorder, which is here. You play that, and that's how Link fast travels across the land in this game, right? So this whirlwind appears, it picks Links up, and just take him to different locations in the map, specifically the locations where the dungeons are. So in here, in this screen, you see all cramped because I'm testing all the items, I'm testing the ability of Link to pick them up, to select them, to use them. So that's what's been taking me a little bit of time. It's actually taking me like a month and a half now, because I can just work on this game 1-2 hours a day. Like, if I'm lucky, sometimes it's just 10 minutes. My recipe, my secret of success that I've been trying to implement and be serious about is that I need to finish what I start. And because I'm really good at starting things but not so good at finishing them, and I really want to finish this game. And somebody's ringing the door, so I'm just gonna have to do a pause here. You can stay if you want. I'll be back. Back. All right. Well, it could have come 20 minutes before to not interrupt the stream, but now it has. This video is going to be an unboxing video now. Suddenly, it's a plot twist because it's gaming related. So I live in Japan. I've been living in Japan now for 6 years, working and, having a good time. I finally got confirmation that I got my permanent residence approved since last video. So that's one of the big things that happened in my life. So I can live in Japan forever if I want to. If I can work, I can not work. I can do whatever I want. So very cool. Okay, so what is this thing that I bought? I'm just kind of here to gonna show you. It's coming all the way from Ukraine, of all places. Actually, I have a couple buddies in Ukraine. They're my engineers. Like, I'm the engineer manager. And they are from Ukraine. Amazing people, amazing guys, very proficient at what they do. I got an EverDrive, which is for the Famicom. The Famicom being the Nintendo counterpart in Japan. If you don't know what an EverDrive is, it means that you can play in, for example, this Nintendo right here, the Twin Famicom, or the original Japanese Famicom. But with this one, you can actually put ROMs in it and still play in original hardware. Very cool stuff, and it's from Crix, which is top quality in the world when it comes to EverDrives and these kind of devices. So that's cool. It actually came really quickly. I just bought it like last week, so very, very good service. Yeah, so where was I? So essentially, yeah, that's what's happening here, and it, for the most part, this game works. There's many things that are working already, so I can kill enemies, I can collect rupees, I get hurt, I dish damage, right? I can just go around the map. I can go into these caves. Oh, interesting. I got an error I never seen before. Invalid memory pointer was detected at deallocate. That is weird, because that's a Unity engine error. It's not my error, I don't think. That is so fascinating. Okay, well, starting strong with a engine error. That's weird. Internal job temp allocation has allocations that are more than a maximum lifespan of 4 frames old. This is not allowed. Unlikely a leak. Well, that sucks. I have a memory leak then. Okay, well, I'll have to go through that. So yeah, essentially one of the points of this streaming that I've been doing is yeah, it's fun to play games. It's for me, it's even more fun to make them, but not always. There's a lot of things that go wrong. Everything that can go wrong always does. Even if you're experienced, that you're always gonna have bugs, you're always gonna see errors, you're gonna have oversights. But the fun part of it is to find those errors, solve problems, break big problems into small problems that you can actually solve and not feel overwhelmed by. It applies to many facets of life, and it brings me back to what I was saying, right? So my technique now to get things finished, like this game, is like every day I've been forcing myself to do something this game related, like to progress, to move forward in the journey, right? Even if it's just 10 minutes, even if I just have 10 minutes to open the editor, look at the code, refactor something, clean up something. Like, you don't have to make a full-fledged feature in one sit, right? Like, it's not realistic. Maybe one day this could be something that I do full-time. I cannot at the moment, right? So, but that's fine. So my goal here right now is, even though I'm working full-time, to be able to have this completed. And as you can see, I also have the iconic death scene. The explosion is just probably too much, because Link doesn't quite explode like that. In the original game, he does explode, but not like that. Anyway, so what is the latest thing that I'm working on? I'm working on the UI, the inventory. So I'm going to play the game again, so reset it. You start in the original game with the green tunic, the green sword, the wood sword, right? If I press enter, now I have a menu. I have this menu that, like in the original game, it comes down from the top, and then it freezes the game behind you, right? Just pause the game, so enemies are stuck, nothing is happening. And I can now, I don't have any items right now, I don't have any Triforce pieces, nothing. So that's why it's empty, right? So what I want is that as I collect items, they show up here, and then to be able to select them with this red selection box. And whatever I select, Link is going to actually be able to use with the secondary item button. So I remove the menu, and for example, I'm going to take the meat. I took the meat, and as you can see, the meat's now here, and it's selected because the only thing I have. And if I press what would be equivalent to the B button, as you can see, Link can now place the meat on the floor. You can just place a meat and this lasts for a few seconds, and it disappears, so I can place another one. That's kind of like the function of the meat right now. In the end, it's going to attract enemies, which is what it does in the game. Attracts enemies, distract them, and you can actually escape, or you can just kill them easily. And it's actually mandatory for level 7, if I'm not mistaken. There is an enemy, a gorilla, that is hungry. It says grumble, grumble. And so you have to give them the meat for him to let you pass. So you cannot just kill that one, or you can kill a million of those. I don't know why that one in particular you actually have the need to feed him for him to let you pass. So yeah, anyway, I still have the memory leak right there. I'm gonna have to look into that more seriously. Maybe after the game runs for a while is when the leak becomes untenable. Okay, so I'm gonna grab as many items as I have from this part right here. So I'm gonna grab the letter, and I have the letter. I'm gonna grab the candle, and then I'm gonna select the candle, the red candle, because I grabbed the two of them, and the candle fires fireballs, and the fireballs kill enemies, and it can also hurt me. I think if I touch it, it doesn't hurt me. It should hurt me, so I need to fix that. And then the letter doesn't do anything by itself. The letter is a prerequisite for you to get the potion. For example, I grab the blue potion, right, and it takes the place of the letter, so I select that, and I'm missing one heart, so if I click on it, it's gonna fill it up, and I still have the potion, so that potion should actually be removed once I consume it and turn back into the letter. So there's obviously a few things that I need to fix. I have let's see, if I take the power bracelet, I have it now here in this top area here. In this top area, you're gonna show 6 different items. These 6 different items are passive. You don't need to select them. They're always available for you. So that's the difference. You don't need to select with this red square. They just appear here. So the power bracelet being one of those. The power bracelet in this game, what it does is that allows you to push some rocks, some specific rocks that otherwise you couldn't, to reveal passages, to reveal caves. So it's an important item. Right. So I also have now enabled those. I'm gonna just take this Triforce to get it out of the way, and then, for example, the wand, the magic wand, right? So you select that one. The magic wand is cool because okay, so that was a sword, but this is the wand, and it just shoots a beam. And something that I need to fix eventually is that when you don't have the Bible, when you only have the wand, like I do right now, so right now the Bible should be here, but I don't have it. When you don't have it, it shouldn't explode in a ball of fire. It should just fire that beam right there. Right, so right now I'm kind of like hard coding as if I had the Bible being this thing right here, this book right here. So I took it, and now it appears here. And now, yeah, and now you would say that it would have the correct functionality. The recorder, like I said, is the thing that allows you to summon the cyclone, but it doesn't work yet. So what I'm gonna do is that this cyclone is gonna come from the sky, grab Link, like freeze enemies probably, grab Link, pull Link up. So essentially, let's do like a replication here in the editor view. So it's gonna kind of grab Link. It's falling by gravity, but let's say like it's gonna grab Link and then lift the camera view and then move you to, for example, it's gonna bring you to level 3. I mean, drop you right here. So that's something that I'm gonna need to implement, in the next few days or something. I'll do that. That's on the pipeline. So that's the recorder. And then what I'm missing now the. Okay, so for example, if I grab the arrow, I have the silver arrow here because I grabbed them both. You couldn't see that. So if you only have the arrow, which can happen, you can only have the wooden arrow or even the silver arrow if you don't get the bow. I don't know how you will get the silver arrow if you don't have the bow, but it can happen that you just buy the arrows first because the arrows are for sale and the bow is a dungeon item. So if you only have the arrows, you cannot select them because you cannot attack, right, with only the arrows. So, but if you grab the bow, they kill me. Yeah, that's the thing. Originally, I was testing with 20 hearts, not 20, 16 hearts, but now I'm removing it back to 3 so I can test more like the game because I have actually enabled the heart containers. And the heart containers, like this big heart right here, it just increases the amount of heart containers. So you start with 3. If I grab this one, it's going to increase to 4, right? So I just need to refill it. And in this game, you can only have up to 16, not like 20, like in future games of Zelda. In this one, it was just 16. More than enough, I guess. And so the meat, where was I? I had already taken this and the Triforce. Yeah, so if I just grab, say, the wood arrow, I cannot select it. But if I grab the bow, now I can select them because I have the combo. Similarly, if you have only the bow but not the arrows, then you cannot select it. And if I have the bow, I can shoot some arrows. Can actually go around and kill some dudes with arrows, like the spider right there. If it stopped moving, there it is. See if I can just hunt some more enemies on the back. Ah, yeah, by the way, I still can walk on water, so I need to eventually disable that. I have not added any restriction at the moment, so Link doesn't know it's walking on water. The only thing that knows what water is Zora, because Zora can only spawn on water. That's the only thing I've done so far about that. So a lot of the things are work in progress, and essentially that's the point of this channel, is I'm just documenting the journey. Every week I've been trying to do an update of where I'm at, and also show here I do some work here while we're together. The boomerang is there. The boomerang also works. The boomerang, the use of the boomerang is to freeze enemies in place. So if I am able to hit, okay, I'll take the candle. See, the guy just stops. If I keep hitting him, that guy is not gonna go anywhere. It just freezes them for like a few seconds. So he kind of turn around in place and move in place, but he won't shoot, and he would not displace himself. Okay, and the magic boomerang is the blue one, and the difference is that that just travels. Oh, okay, that one travels a lot longer. Okay, so the selection was not done automatically. That's another thing I need to. So I can go all the way back here, and it's gonna travel all the way to the end of the screen to hit guys. So it just has a longer range. That's the blue boomerang. The potion. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. And this is the master key. So the master key goes here because it's a passive item. And so when you're in the dungeons, you can open as many doors as you want with just this one. Because otherwise you need to collect a lot of these other keys in the beginning of the game. So, and that's the what's it called? The compass. So that's a dungeon item. So that's, I'm not going to implement it yet. Because it's, as I say, dungeons are going to be done later. So I'm going to grab everything that I can grab. And after the bombs are amazing. I love the bomb. Bomb's probably my favorite item. Here, and then you can just drop it, and it explodes. And if an enemy happens to be nearby the explosion, it explodes with it. So it's a lot of fun. So right now I have unlimited bombs, but normally in the game you can have, you start with 8, and then it can be increased to 12, and then it can be increased to 16. You just need to pay up. So the bomb is cool, but right now I don't even have like a limit to how many bombs I can place. So that's cool, but obviously that is not gonna stay in the final version. Otherwise Link would be too overpowered. But look at that, that's amazing. The Bomberman. Yeah, okay. That's the map. Looks like the letter, but that's the map. So the dungeon item, key is a dungeon item. The 3 swords, right? I still haven't. I have implemented them on the background. I have to manually select them so Link uses different swords. Like right now I have this one. So something I need to do too, like be able to grab these swords and be able to use them. And the thing I was working on is the rings. So Link has a green tunic by default. And right here I was just kind of making sure that when you grab the ring, you change color with it. So I'm just gonna adjust my screen here so you can have more view of what's happening. And I'm just gonna move back to the code editor. So I have the player mesh animator. The player mesh animator is a script that rules Link motion, like the the walking cycle, the attack frames, and also in here is where I have set the green, blue, red tunic colors, right? And you also in here I control the equipped sword, the white, the wood, the magical sword, and the shield type, which I remember yesterday that I have not made the actual shield as an item. Like if you see here, there's no like magic shield for Link to grab. So I need to do that too. I like to do maybe that today. In this other script called the player inventory, I've been fixing it because I noticed that I was like doubling up things, and all this is dead code. All this is code that is commented out. It has no role, and the game continues to behave normally. So I confirm that I don't need those lines. I can just delete them later. I found other lines here like this one. I did not need them at all because I superseded this set active equals true to an actual method that I did, acquire. Acquire, all the way here, what it does, you pass the name of the item that you acquire, and then what it does is, depending on the name of that item, it's gonna set flags. For example, I have these boolean flags. I'm gonna go up here. All these public bool means it's either true or false. That's a type of data that it can handle. So essentially, yes or no. Do I own the boomerang? Yes or no. Do I own the magic boomerang? Yes or no. Own the bombs? Yes or no, and so on and so forth. So with every item, I have to have a flag. And the moment you start with them as false, you do not have them, right? And when you do get it, you pass it to acquire method, and then you switch case here of all the possible strings, all the possible names that you can deal with, and then assign the true value to that item. And based on that item, this is the very last code that I was writing a few hours ago when I was coming back from work in the train 15 hours ago. This is the blue ring and the red ring. So essentially, if you grab the blue ring, what's going to happen is that, in theory, you could grab first the red ring in the very deep end of the final dungeon, right before you meet Ganon. You can actually grab the red ring because it's quite overpowered. The blue ring cuts damage by 50%, right? So you just get hit. Whatever took you one full heart is only going to take half a heart. And the red ring is even more powerful than that. So the red ring cuts damage by 75% or something like that. Like if, for example, instead of one heart takes you only like, 1/4 of it. So it's really overpowered. Like if you had the red ring in the beginning of the game, it would be way too easy, I imagine. So in theory, and the blue ring is something that you can buy at any time, even before setting foot in the first dungeon, as long as you have 250 rupees. So it's by far the most expensive item in the game. But you just need to buy it once. You don't lose it if you die. You always keep it, right? So it's a very good investment. And in fact, the way I play this game, I always get 5 or 6 hearts for containers, just to get like enough hearts to go be able to pick up the white sword and make enough rupees to go buy the blue ring. So by the time I start doing the dungeons, like dungeon 1, I already have the white sword and I already have blue tunic. So it makes your life a lot easier. Especially when you go like dungeon 6 and all that, that's where the difficulty spikes quite a bit. So what I'm going with this is that, in theory, it's incredibly unusual that you would do this, but you could go to the final dungeon, go to the very back end of it, grab the red ring without having the blue ring, that is. And then so you're going to be from green Link, you're going to turn into red Link. But maybe you're a very weird person, and then you, instead of go kill Ganon, what you do is get out of the last dungeon into the world, and then go buy the blue ring, right? So the way that it was working, the way it did it, is like you would downgrade if you did that. In theory, you could do that sequence of events, but in the original game, I have not tested it. I'm sure you wouldn't be able to, right? So if you have the red ring, even if you buy the blue ring for some reason after that, like you would not turn blue. Like in this game, you don't downgrade. Same happened with the sword. You start with the wood sword, with this sword right here, right? You start with that one. Here, right, it is. And then the progression would be that when you have 5 hearts, you can go to the cave in the waterfall, like I said before. And then in there, the old man is just going to give you the blue-white sword for free, which is awesome. That old guy is the bomb, is this dude right here. He would give it to you, and then you lose the wooden sword. You cannot just choose it back. It just disappears from your inventory, right? So I don't have to worry about that. So this A button, A selection box right here, it started with this wood sword, but then the moment I grab the white one, I would just kind of like delete it. The game's no longer relevant in your game. Just get it out of. I don't even need like a flag or I don't know. Like I don't think the memory for it anymore, because there is no part in the menu that I can just like, okay, yes, I have this powerful sword, but just for shits and giggles, I want to use the shitty sword now. So you cannot do that in that game. I could do it in this remake, but like I say, I'm trying to make it as faithful as the original game as it was. So I could do a more, sophisticated menu in which, yeah, you could just keep all the swords, you keep all the rings, and you choose what you want to wear at any given time. It will be fun. Maybe when I finish the full game, I'll fork this repository. That means essentially clone it and leave this one as the original game. Awesome. And then on the clone version, just really go crazy. Maybe add new enemies, add different menus, like do like a ROM hack, so to speak, of my own game and of the original game too. And maybe make like, you can downgrade swords, you can change rings whenever you want, maybe add like a new ring, like, I don't know, like a pink ring or something fancy, whatever. But for now, my goal is really just to replicate the first quest in its entirety. So yeah, essentially, I have to like add some safeguards here that if you do not, if you grab the blue ring, you will only turn blue, provided that you do not already own the red ring. And this exclamation mark essentially asking that. So if you do not own the red ring, then yes, okay, you are gonna own the blue ring. And in here, what I'm doing is get an access to this player animator here, where I mentioned that I had the tunic colors, and then set the tunic color to blue, right? And then you turn on the ring space, so the menu is gonna appear, the pop up the ring icon, right? But if I have the red ring, none of this is gonna happen because you cannot downgrade, like I say. So you just keep having the red ring. But if you grab the red ring, so you can always upgrade, because that means either necessarily that you came as a green Link or as blue Link. And in both cases, you can grab the red ring because it's one direction. You're just kind of getting stronger, but never weaker. Same with heart containers, same with Triforce pieces, that you cannot discard them ever in this game. Right? So in this case, in this section, there is no check. Right? There is no if you already have something, it doesn't matter. Like, you just always gonna just turn the flag of red ring to true, disable or set to false the blue ring flag, and then disable the icon from the menu, right? And just activate the correct one, which is the red one, and turn Link into red color. And that's a different case of the step ladder, which I haven't implemented at all, so that's going to be a tricky one. Honestly, I think the step ladder is going to be the trickiest thing to implement. Yeah, so I'll probably just cover that one when it's time, because the ladder in this game, what it does, it's not really like a ladder in the original sense. Like, you don't climb it. It's more like a bridge. It allows you to say, like, there's water in front of you. You're standing in front of a lake, so you can, in the original game, you cannot step on water. But if you have the ladder, you can put the ladder on the water and then step on it. It's like a little tiny bridge, and it's tiny because it's just really one square. But that can help you to reach some hearts, reach some. In fact, let's just do something. Let's do something, because I haven't done that yet. So I have this heart here, right? It's a heart container. I'm gonna duplicate it, and then I'm gonna place it here, somewhere that you actually need the ladder to get it in the game. So here, and then you put it on the floor. Hang on, it's getting lost. So it's here and here. Yeah, we can start doing that right now. And I'm pretty sure it's not on this one. I'm pretty sure it was in this one. Something here. So right now in my game, if you noticed before, I was able to walk on water. I have not added that restriction, but I will eventually, right? So Link won't be able to just walk on this water freely. But he'll be able to place a ladder here, move on to this floating dock, and then from here once again place a ladder here. And then be able to finally cross to this part and grab the heart. Now from there you could place a ladder here, and it's going to be the same size as this square dock here. So you have like another square dock that you can actually walk, but then that's it. You cannot go much further from there. So yeah, I don't know why you would do that, but if you want to maybe hunt Zoras from there, and my cat's making an appearance, saying hi. Hello, this is Cherry. She's my girl that I found in Brunei on the sewer when she was a tiny kitten, and now she's 6 years old, almost 7. Crazy how fast time fly. She was a kitten and she was a little bit undernourished. It's a lot of stray cats in Brunei, and I was lucky to get 3 of them that I actually brought to Japan. So she's been living in Japan for like six years with me. This is the first time where she found what winter was, what cold was, because in Brunei it's always summer. I mean, but she was honestly a kitten, so probably she didn't know that Brunei only had summers, because she only lived there for what, like 1 more year after we moved here. 1 more year in Brunei and then we moved here. Anyway, so I'm just rambling now because Cherry made an appearance. But yeah, okay. So now this heart's gonna stay there, and when Link in the game has the ladder, he's gonna be able to pick it up. Right. So I'm gonna go back here. And then what I've done is also on every dungeon, I have placed the items that you would get inside the dungeon in the original game, right? So for example, this is dungeon number 1. In every dungeon, you're going to find a heart container and a piece of Triforce, except the dungeon 9, the final dungeon. And you will always find some kind of like item or an upgrade. In this case, you find the bow, not the arrows. The arrows are going to have to be bought somewhere else. And the bow, the boomerang, the normal boomerang, not the magic boomerang. The magic boomerang is on dungeon number 2, which is all the way here. Right, so in dungeon number 2, as I said, you're going to have the mandatory heart container, Triforce piece, and your new upgraded dungeon magical boomerang that actually travels quite a lot longer than the normal one. Right, so because I haven't implemented the dungeon yet, you're just gonna kind of like pick them up here and then continue your adventure. And it helps me to test, right? Help me to test, to do that. And I have done that already for all the dungeons. I don't think I need to show you that. So I just want to test these changes with the ring, if Link actually is gonna change color correctly, and if not, I need to do something about it. So starting the game, let me just kind of be out here. I probably need to move all these things because it's very cramped. So essentially, yeah, the rings are right here. Just gonna grab everything around it to clear the view. Right, so the ring should appear here. So I'm gonna grab, say, the red one. Okay, and Link is now red. Beautiful. And if I pause the game, oh, the ring is actually not centered. I need to fix the placement of this red ring. Now, if my safeguards were correct, if I grab this ring, it's just gonna disappear. Yes, but Link is not gonna change color, and the icon is not gonna appear. Okay, that's good. Now let me fix this ring positioning here. It's kind of strange. So this is the editor. So yeah, it's off. So I'm just gonna put it exactly where the blue ring is. Yep, that's what it would look like. So let's play the game again, and this time I'm gonna try to grab them in the intended sequence that any normal player would, right? So if I grab the blue ring, yeah, Link is blue. Very cool, very cute. That's my favorite color for Link. And he would be more durable now. And if I the menu, okay, that's the blue ring. If I grab the red one, okay, Link is correctly upgraded now, and the blue ring is gone forever. So at this point, Link will always be red. He cannot go back to blue. He cannot go back to green. So that's it. So that's good. That's good news. The ring seems to be working correctly. At least the tunic. I need to check that it's actually taking the damage that is intended. Now, something that Link can also upgrade is his shield. So right now, Link has a basic shield that is very small. But in this game, you can also have a magic shield. Magic shield. Player. Animator. Here. So you can start with the default shield or the magical shield. And this is where for testing, like I said here, it's so you can start the game in any color you want. But now I'm gonna starting always in green because now it's implemented, right? I don't have to skip ahead. And then the magical, if I start the game with the magical shield, you'll see Link will be holding like a larger version of the shield. Yeah, there you go. So you probably will notice because it's quite much a lot larger than the normal shield. And this shield, the difference is that it can block magic beams, like the magic balls that Zora shoots sometimes, the whiz robes, which is by far for me the most difficult enemy in the game, like regular dungeon enemy. They shoot beams, they take a lot of damage, and the normal shield would not be able to stop them. Now, I just said that in this game you cannot downgrade, but the shield is the exception that confirms that rule. I don't think I can downgrade on the fly here because I might need to restart the game. Yeah, I might need to restart the game for it to go back to default. But yeah, in this game there is a way in which you can actually lose your magical shield. Your magical shield, you can buy it from shops, and the cheapest you can find it is 90 rupees. The most expensive you will find it's about 160, I think. It's crazy how some of these merchants assholes can actually charge you that much. Okay, so now Link has the normal shield. So see how it's a lot littler than the other one, and this one can only block arrows and stones, like not magic. That's why it's not the magical shield. So what I need to do is kind of continue on a roll here, right? Like, so I have created all these items, but I have not created the shield. I just realized. So I need to create the shield as a game object, because right now it's kind of like hard-coded to Link. It doesn't exist as a single entity. Now the shield is never shown in the inventory. There's no place for the shield here. So I don't need to worry about the UI, which is good. So I just need to make it, bring it into the game, make it acquirable, acquire the magic shield, and when you acquire it, trigger the Link sprite, the Link model, to be the one with the shield. So I need to do all that. And yeah, so essentially I was saying that you can, in this game, you can actually downgrade the shield. There is an enemy in dungeons. It's not an outside world enemy. It's called, is it the like? I think it's called. Looks like a cake that moves, and it grabs you and kind of like it swallows you. And if you stay inside him for like, I don't know, a couple seconds, when you come out of it, you're going to be lost. So it eats your shield, your magic shield. Like your default shield will never be eaten. So your default shield is always there on the background, backup, right? But you can lose your magic shield, and it sucks because it's so expensive to get again. But that enemy is not in the outside world, so that's something I'll worry later on when I'm doing dungeons. But at least now I need to be able to upgrade. So I'm gonna create the shield without further ado. I feel like I'm rambling a lot today. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't have a lot of followers and viewers yet, so I feel like most of the people that might stumble across my videos might not seen the videos before. And I like to give some context. I like to give you like some reasons why I'm doing this. You know, not that I have to explain myself. I just love this game. I love making games. I love, and that's reason enough. But if you're curious about what goes behind scenes making games, and you know these kind of games at least, then yeah, Magic Shield. Oh, there it is. Okay, I have made it. I have made it already. So I just need to bring it over to Unity. Hang on. So is it already here? Maybe. You know, I've been working at it for a while, 3 months. So if I did this, say, like 2 months ago, there's a chance that I might not remember. Let me see my prefabs. If I look at shield, magic shield. There it is. Okay, it's already there. Magic shield. Okay, it's not quite the prefab. It's hang on, so it is already Magika prefabs. Yeah, okay. So I imported it to Unity, to the project, but not to the game. Okay, so I'm just gonna do that then. So bring it here. Cannot. Because that's a game view. I need to use this one. Need to put it here. It's kind of small and it's backwards. So you know what I'm gonna do? This is something that has to do the way you import things. Delete. Yes. delete, and I'm gonna re-import it, and what I need to do is essentially flip it. Nope. Flip it in, nope, in Y. Save. So Magika and Unity have different Z or Z what orientations by default. So it just pays to do this. Actually, it looks kind of tiny, isn't it? I don't think this is correct. Let me find the original sprite, because actually, let me show you, I have a lot of sprites already at the ready, which have been helpful in all this that I'm doing. Let me show you what I found with some really great people on the internet. Just kind of like this person, Mr. Mike, went through the effort to go through the sprites and publish them. And I have been very lucky to have this at my disposal, because it helped me replicate from these 2D sprites into 3D models, like using the imagination of how these enemies would look from the side, from behind. And also what colors, how many icons, how many squares, how many pixels everything has. Now I'm looking for the shield. Not the one that Link is holding. The one that is like on the floor in a shop. Ah man, it might not be there. Might not be all of... Ah, there it is. Okay, this probably will be enough. What I'm doing is I'm counting the space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh god. Okay, I need to increase the size. Yeah, it looks taller, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And in Magika, I have 9, so this should be 11. Okay, and then, right, so I'll just keep making it larger, and I need to move this cross up. So I'm just gonna fill it up here. Okay, so just this part. Just this part. See, the back of the shield doesn't exist in the original game. So nobody knows what the back of the shield looks like, so this is just me taking some liberties. Let's just assume that it looks like this. And on the front, I need to move this cross. I just need to paint it. So I start here. And this thing is a little bit elevated, and this thing is like that. Can you believe it? Religious reference on a Nintendo game? What? 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is way too long. So I need to just erase that. Nah, I mean, I don't know, it should just be like a decoration. Like, I have no idea what they were thinking when they made this game, so I'm not gonna go into that kind of stuff. Magical shield. So now the right size, the right proportions, and the right orientation. So now I can actually export it once again. Later, magical shield. I can just replace that. Oh, okay. I just did. And then I'm gonna bring that over to Unity. So the related magical shield. Okay. And let's put it here first. Let's bring it over to the project, right? And then put it in the world. There you go. Now it's facing us correctly, and it looks an appropriate size, right? So something that's gonna be lying down on the shop. Okay, so that's cool. Now I need to add, like every other item that I can pick up, it should have a box collider. So we're gonna add a box collider, and we're going to actually make it into a prefab. So I'm gonna look for my prefab folder. Enemies, dungeon items, so there's prefab items and weapons, loot. I'll just make like a new folder for magic shield. Do I need a folder? This is just one item, so maybe not. I'm not gonna make a folder. Just less navigation. Delete, because it's like it's an item of its own. There's no more. There's no red shield, blue shield. Like it's just the one magic shield, and the default shield is default. So I don't need never to pick it up or anything. Magic shield, and the prefab itself, it should be at origin, and the collider needs to be better suited for the size and the shape of this thing. So this box essentially that is surrounded the model is what triggers the logic behind it. So it essentially helps you detect collisions with other game objects, and such as Link. Link is another game object. So if Link collides, so to speak, with this item, with this green square, then you get a way to trigger some code. And the code being the logic of picking it up, like disappearing it from the world and adding it to yourself. You know, raising the flag, like owns, magic shield kind of thing. So there you go. And I'm gonna... There, cool. Okay, that looks pretty good. Go back. And instead of having... One moment. My cat, Jerry, won't stay still. She wants to play. Okay. Let me just do the shield. Let me just do some progress. I feel like I need to do that at least today. So, where did I put the shield? Shield can go here for now. And, okay, now I can close Magika. Let's check. I don't need to show it in the inventory, so the inventory is probably not necessary, but I do have a boolean, a flag. Public bool owns magic shield. Owns raft. Yeah, and then here at the very end, step ladder case. Magic shield owns magic shield equals true. Break case. Okay, so now that's gonna it's gonna trigger the logic of the flag, but just like the ring, I need a way to enable the magic shield here. Shield types, essentially what I did for public void set magic shield. I just need to call it. I don't need an argument. I need a parameter like that. And oh god. Shield type default. Let's see, shield type. There. If shield type equals magical, starting sword, starting shield. Shield type. Okay, so I just need to set shield type to magical. Shield type equals magical. Okay. Like that? No. Starting shield. Equals shield magical, like an assignation. Would that be enough though? So magic shield. Okay, so in here, magic shield before the break. Oh my god, my poor cat, my poor Cherry. It's like meowing. She wants to play. Cherry, give me a couple minutes more, a few more minutes, darling. Hi, boy. So it would be bar pma3 equals essentially the same as this part. So forget a reference of the component. If you have a component, so if pma3 dot set magic shield starting shield so player mesh animator shield type dot magical set magic shield shield set magic yeah magic set magic shield. Because the name is wrong. Why is it wrong? Takes one argument. PMA set magic shield. Okay, so I see. Yeah, of course. I don't need to do that. So I don't need to add this. It's because I didn't do a parameter. That was the whole point. Is that enough? Let's see. So okay, so let's see. Start the game. And I should start with default shield. That's me, right? If I take... no, it's not gonna work because I haven't even been adding the logic for Link to collide with this thing. Okay, that's in player. I was gonna say, it was way too easy. Here. Okay, that's because I'm doing this alphabetically. And this thing would be magic shield vox. So case magic shield vox just do that, just replicate that and pick up item in player inventory. So in the player inventory, pick up item, step ladder, master key, raft, so else if master key image space. So magic shield should be above here because I'm trying to do it in alphabetical order. Else if item name equals set magical shield or magic shield? Magical shield. Okay, magical shield then. It's like I always get magic shield and magical shield kind of twisted. Magical shield. I just need to acquire because it doesn't have an image space because it doesn't go in the menu like that. You acquire that thing, and if you acquire that, that means that you're triggering the flag magic Al shield, we said it was. Set magic alt shield, and so in here to magic alt shield. Magical, magical, magical. And then down here, magical shield, but without box essentially. Okay. And I destroyed the shield back here, so it's gonna be gone from the world. Okay, let's try again. Let's try again. See what's what. All right, so play. At least no errors that I can see. Okay, so Link has a little shield. If I grab this one. Ah! Okay, so I picked it up, but it didn't change the what? It didn't add it to his animation. Okay, so picked up magic shield. Maybe I need to. It's more complex than that. Set palette. Starting sword. Yeah, okay. Sword starting shield. If. Starting shield. Because it's only in awake. So I need to do that. Let me see. Magical shield, magical shield, magical shield. Okay, let's try again. It's getting closer. I can feel it. I can feel it. Okay, so have a little shield. Ah ha ha ha! Yes! Now I have the big shield. Oh, but only when I'm standing still. Oh god. I need to remember how I encoded the walking animation. Yeah, but so, my cat's kind of like getting kind of upset. Look, it's somewhere here. I just need to go through my code here. Remember, because this... When did I do this? When did I change this? 3 months ago. Overhaul, minimap, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, I need to remember how I set this up. It must be kind of what I did with the tunic. Just need to... the palette itself, not just the mesh. This is hilarious. Okay. Anyway, but as you can see, this is where I'm at. Menu, getting there. Probably the next thing is going to be the recorder. The swords, when you're able to pick them up. Also the animation when Link actually picks up something to lift it up in his head. Like iconic, classic Link move. And then be able to wear it. But that's going to be for our next stream, guys. Well, for those who watch, thank you. Let me know your thoughts, your ideas, your comments. Follow, subscribe. I'm gonna keep doing this until I finish this game, so you can be part of the journey. Okay, so take care, and I'll see you next time.